so far? Good. Okay, so actually I wanted to say two things that didn't really come up, but probably will come up soon. But I wanted to talk about, but I forgot. So first of all, exposing back of head. So you gotta sort. Let's do masks. Okay. Okay, so we didn't really talk much about back of head, right? Almost every time there's a back of head hit, it's because someone exposed the back of their head. So if I'm going like this, and I turn my head, then I'm exposing the back of my head. So I'm doing like this warehouse thing, but I'm letting my head go a little bit. So keep your head forward when you do warehouse. In that case, if he hits the back of my head, that's going to be penalty for both sides. Right? If he pulls his strike, if the judges see it, then that's going to be point for him, penalty for me, usually. But again, you can't rely on that. It's hard to see. Who knows if he really pulled his hit or if he physically couldn't continue his strike? You don't know. Maybe my sword is kind of like in a weird spot. You don't know if he can finish it. So you can't rely on that.
If I may also jump in on that one. As fencers, something that you should know about, like someone will to get a hit, like and everything else, and then immediately like, all right, cool, I'm gonna walk away, kind of thing. That's also exposing the back of the head. Right. Even if you're trying to avoid a cut, so let's say like Cheney's trying to cut at me, I'm doing one of these kind of thing. Yeah. That technically can still be exposing.
Yeah. If you go lower like that, or if I do that, that's exposing the back of the head. The other one is going through, right? So I fucking I just keep running this way. This is exposing back of the head. If you hit and halt was called way before, maybe that's okay. But in general, you should get into the habit of if this happens, perfect, right? Turn towards your opponent. It doesn't matter if it's sport or martial, right? If you're in a real sword fight, you want to, if you care about that kind of thing, I don't know what other people do. If you care about that kind of thing, then you want to be facing your opponent. And it's true in tournament as well.
I have a question.
What point does that become a yellow card if it's like happens repeatedly?
No,
when it happens.
Whenever it happens.
Whenever it happens?
Yeah. So the other thing is hitting the back of the head without exposing, which is extremely rare but possible. I gave a card for this and
it's one of my favorite techniques too. Is like you come in, you take a big step this way. Not only am I hitting the back of the head, look where he's headed straight onto the trunk, no matter what happens. Even if I can pull it up, it's still gonna be spicy.
Yeah, so if you step around your opponent, hit the back of their head, then that will be penalty for hitting.
What grapples that force people to go that way, push their elbow and they go that way, and you're over here. Does the person that pushed up to expose back of the head get the card, or does the person?
Only if they hit him, right? So if like if I bind up with Steve and I do a classic Fury shoulder push, right? This is fine. I'm showing dominance, but the second I make contact, that's being reckless.
That was my question.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess. Okay, so something that came up, just a little tidbit. So starting line, right? You don't have to. Your fencers don't have to be exactly at the starting line. If they're a little over, let them go. If they're a little behind, that's fine. It's whenever you say like, oh, move your foot back to the starting line. That's taking a little extra time in the match. So if it's not egregious, now if someone's really trying to take an advantage and like stepping over a line, then you can tell them. Or if someone's like starting way back. But in general, as long as they're around the starting line, because like in long short, there's not a huge advantage of like, not many people are really attacking off the line, so it's all used to it. Anything you notice?
I heard a lot of good conversation, a lot of good feedback, which is what we wanted to see, which is why everything is there. The words attack, counterattack, power, cost, renewal. If you're new to your system, like your methodology, don't worry about getting tongue twisted. At the end, again, it's did you see the hit? This person hit, this person hit. Then the questions become, who was moving forward? Who hit first? That's going to be like, okay, cool. This becomes the attack, that becomes the counterattack. But the whole point is, did you see a hit? If you didn't see a hit, now we got to take a step back, probably slow down the fencing, work around that. Like you should be able to see and notice what is happening to train those, again, visual, auditory skills of you heard something, you saw something, say it, call it, move forward, right?
Did you see the hit and where was the hit? Right? Because that makes a difference as well. Not, I saw a hit, but I don't know where. Because then we move, okay, you saw a hit to the arm, you saw a hit to the head, who was moving forward?
Exactly. Yes, Robert.
We had an example like that with one of Phil's fights, where he had priority, hit the leg, and then someone just like stabbed him in the torso. And I was like, attack first, but you lost priority because you hit the leg.
Yeah. And again, everything is rule set dependent. So again, being able to work through that process and then add the words to it later, that's the next part of the thing, right? In that sense. Good exchanges, good overall. I provided as much feedback as I can whenever I saw it, but overall, like it looks like an actual event. People were doing their thing. People were having discussions. And that's what we want to see. Things were running smoothly. Sometimes you're gonna get lost in conversation. Sometimes you're gonna get lost in the revision, like what exactly happened. But again, 85% rule. You don't have to be perfect. You will not be perfect. We were strive for perfection, but just go through the process. Practice the craft. Perfection will come with time and reps.
I remember, so I have one more thing to say which kind of goes with that. So you're not going to learn, you're not going to become like a great judge by going to a seminar, right? So judging really is developed in your club. So try to do judge matches, ask people if they want to be judged, or, get into the habit of making the judge matches like a part of your, of your sparring portion of your club practice.
Ask for feedback from the people that you judge. If nobody tells you that you were wrong, you won't ever know that you were wrong.
Yeah. And also, if you see free sparring just in the corner over there, if you're looking inside and you're not talking when you're not doing anything, judge it in your head, see what's going on. Because sometimes even being literally 18 steps back away from the fight, you can see more things than where you are hyper focused on that center action. So yeah, again, this is just gonna come with time, with practice, with more experience, but overall, very, very great first step.
One of the ways we advocate in the club, like getting doing judge matches, is we do pro 100 matches to 10, we bring 10 matches to 10, whoever hits 100 points first, and it gives you that, you get two judges to do a score you, gives you that time and temperance to judge matches, have yourself judge your teammate, because sometimes also being judged means you lose perspective, you can see how to improve your technique.
It also works with free sparring. If people are just not doing a full judge match, you're still doing the exact same thing. Because normally everyone's gonna break off after one or two hits. And even if they don't and they continue, learn to actually be able to reiterate 2 or 3 intentions of tactics. Like this person hit the arm, or this person thrusted, this person did this, and that person did that. When you get to that kind of string, now you're talking about high tier B, high tier A defense, because that's what happens almost all the time. And now you have to then use that kind of feedback, like, okay, this one was flat, this one was quality, this one was good, this one was also good. Now we're gonna apply the rules of what's happening. So again, even with free sparring where it's not like direct match kind of things, you should always practice your judging at all times, whenever you possibly can.
Yeah, if there's, especially like if there's a double, right? Me and Don are just doing their sparring and there's a double. So I'll just be like, oh, double, we both lost and reset. Think about why the double happened. Who had that, who's attacking, who's counter-attacking, was there, what was the situation? And just kind of, put that in.
It takes practice. Just like getting better at fencing takes practice. You gotta practice judging if you wanna get better at it.
Alright, so if there's anything from the crowd, anything y'all took away or anything that y'all noticed, going once, twice, alright, moving along.
Yes, we need water.
Okay, so 5-minute break, and then when we come back, what we're gonna do is, it'll be groups, like, when you're judging, I want you to judge several matches in a row. So basically, for the group of 6, 2 people will be judging, the other 4 will be a pool. And those 2 fencers judge, this entire pool, and then you'll see the judges. And try to be, brevity, or being quick, getting through exchanges, not getting too hung up on any individual thing. Fencers, you can deny points and that's it. No other